Welcome everyone to Guru Fantasy World, aka the corner room in my parents' house. This is where I'll be rambling about all of my Dynasty thoughts tonight, about 10-15 minutes worth, hopefully not much more than that. You can hopefully watch this at halftime of the Monday Night Football game. And 4 topics I want to cover, a couple minutes on each. Leonard Fournette versus Zeke, why I moved Leonard Fournette ahead of my Dynasty rankings. Elijah Moore, I think there's still a buy window open. Still, yes, there is. I think there is one, even though the cat's out of the bag on the talent. Everyone knows how good he is. Mark Andrews, George Kittle, Travis Kelce. We're going to talk about how they should be ranked in Dynasty. And lastly, we're going to talk about 2 undervalued tight ends. 2 guys I really, really love. Alberto and I think I said that somewhat close. And Brevin Jordan. We're going to touch on those 4 topics, a couple minutes on each, and then you guys can get back to watching the game. So, let's get to it. Number 1, Leonard Fournette versus Ezekiel Elliott. Why have I moved Leonard Fournette ahead of Ezekiel Elliott in my rankings? It's pretty simple. The fantasy regular season's over at this point, so we have enough data to look at, I would say. And Leonard Fournette finished the fantasy regular season as a top 5 running back. He scored more points per game than Dalvin Cook and Najee Harris this year. Yes, Leonard Fournette did. He averaged 18.2 points per game. Ezekiel Elliott was down a little bit further at RB13, 15.8 points per game. So that was about, I'm not great at mental math, 2.5 points per game less than Leonard Fournette. They're the same age, 26. They'll be going into their age 27 season next year. Ezekiel Elliott has 1,880 touches on his NFL resume. 1,880, I said that correctly. And Leonard Fournette has 1,166. That's about a 700 touch difference over their career. So you can argue that Fournette's much fresher. And Tony Pollard, he's not healthy right now, which is giving you a buy window to flip the 2. Right now we have Ezekiel Elliott valued RB, I think 23 on Keep Trade Cut, Leonard Fournette RB 25. So I think you can still probably get a plus trading your Zeke for Fournette. But yeah, Tony Pollard's going to be there next year. Why is the market still valuing Leonard Fournette below Ezekiel Elliott? It's clearly not the production. There's got nothing to do with age. It's that situation. People are scared, the free agency status. I am not scared. This is why I think you should buy and trade your Zeke for Fournette plus, any plus, even straight up if you want. Because Fournette, he's got to be looked at as a favorite to be coming back next year. Look at Tom Brady. Tom Brady calls the shots in Tampa Bay. And do you follow Fournette on Twitter at all? I don't know if you do. Go check out his Twitter page. They're all with pictures with Tom Brady. Tom Brady is clearly wants him on the field. They've deferred to him as the workhorse at this point, and you gotta believe they're gonna find the money to bring him back next year. He's a 26-year-old running back. He's not gonna command a significant contract on the market from other teams. If he wanted to go get paid down in Miami and just go to a junk squad and take the payday, he would have done that last year. He didn't. He came back on a team-friendly deal last year. We know Brady's taken pay cuts before. So I really think they're going to find a way to get this guy back. He's going to want to come back on a team-friendly deal. And as soon as that happens, everybody's going to start putting him ahead of Ezekiel Elliott because, one, he'll be in just as good of a situation. He'll have no Tony Pollard contractually tied to him in 2022. And he'll be the same age with 700 less touches on his workload. So if you make that bet now that Leonard Fournette will sign an extension and remain in Tampa Bay, which I'm willing to make that bet, you can get a plus. And that plus is going to disappear as soon as it happens. So if you're willing to make that bet, I would urge you to do so. Number 2, Elijah Moore. Everybody knows how good he is. The production speaks for itself. He's passing flying colors in the perception report by Matt Harmon. Why do I think you can buy him? Because he's hurt. He's hurt, and it's the playoffs. This is when you buy good, especially young players, when they're hurt in the fantasy playoffs. On a rebuilding team, nobody's trading you Elijah Moore right now. It's just not going to happen. if he's sitting on a contender's bench, maybe was in a contender's starting line, someone who's in the playoffs, now has money dangling in front of their face, those kind of incentives, I would Terry McLaurin and a 3 for Elijah Moore and a 2. If I was a rebuild, that's what I would try. I would try and sell my McLaurin and get Elijah Moore plus a pick. I think Michael Pittman as well, if you can. He's also young. If you can sell your Pittman for Elijah Moore plus a future 2, I think there are some competing teams who would do that. And these are deals that wouldn't be done in a vacuum. Some people value Elijah Moore over Michael Pittman. He's 2 spots ahead of him on KTC, so the consensus does. I would say more people than don't value him. But when you bring in this factor of the playoffs and people want to win now, and then you have a young guy who's on injured reserve, not going to play, if you can offer them another guy, that you say value less, even straight up, I think you need to be doing your due diligence there. And set the bar high, though, with a high ask. If you're sending a Michael Pittman or, say, like McLaurin, you want a 2-3 swap, a future 2-3, something extra on top. Let them know that you have the leverage as the guy with a win-now asset who's healthy, and that that them as a competing team could use or benefit potentially monetarily from swapping out an Elijah Moore who's injured and cannot help him the next 3 weeks. So use that to your advantage. Push that hard on contenders and see if you can pry him away. It's not going to happen in every league, but you should be trying. Number 3 is water break because I'm speaking too fast. All right. Number 3 is going to be the Mark Andrews, George Kittle, Travis Kelce debate, which I think here has been settled. Guys, the fantasy regular season, I'm saying it a couple times, it's over. 14 weeks have come and gone. George Kittle, number 1, I believe, tight end in points per game. I'm only saying I believe because I'm not sure where Gronk ended up. But I know they're both ahead of Travis Kelce. George Kittle, 16.8 points per game. Mark Andrews, 16. Travis Kelce, 15. Andrews is 4 years younger. Kittle's 4 years younger than Kelce. Andrews is 6 years younger. 6 years younger. We're talking about 32 versus 26. So the only reason you would take Kelce ahead of either of these guys in Dynasty, 1 would be because he'd be producing more, which he's not. 2 would be because of age, and he doesn't have that anymore. So I think the debate's been settled. It's a separate tier for me now. Andrews, Kittle, tier break. Then we're talking Kelsey, Waller, who's had a bad year, doesn't have age to kind of give him that insulation to his value. So anyone still ranking Kelsey ahead of him, still willing? I don't know if anyone's actually willing to make these trades, but I've seen early season startups, Travis Kelce going for 2022, going the same spot. I don't get it. It's just like we know where he's at. He's hit the peak last year. Now he's coming down, and he's just going to slowly decline into retirement. When we have Kittle and Andrews, who both, for all we know, are still appreciating in value, could even be higher next year, for all we know. We don't know if when they're going to start coming down. They're already outproducing Kelce. I mean, you guys got to just be ready to move on. I don't understand that debate. Why it's still a debate. And lastly, speaking of moving on, this is going to be the theme here. Alberto and Brevin Jordan, guys. These guys are valued at tight end 23 and tight end 24 on Keep Trade Cut right now. I don't understand that at all, especially after this past week where each of them got in the end zone. They've shown that they're just getting targets on a weekly basis. 23 years old, Alberto, 4'4", 940 at 6'6". Both of these guys were 90-plus percentile breakout age and 80-plus percentile dominators in college. So they broke out early, and they dominated a heavy percentage of the market shares on their teams. That's everything we're looking for. The only thing with Brevin Jordan, the expectations were so high that his pro day results, the athleticism, kind of scared some people off because the expectations were so high and he didn't come anywhere close. But it's really not that bad. He ran 4.6, 840 at his pro day. Even if you bump that to 4.73 for like plus 0.05 for the pro day, that's still 66th percentile according to playerprofiler.com. Is essentially right around TJ Hawkinson speed. The burst score, 54th percentile. Like, it wasn't that bad athletically to just ignore the fact that A, he broke out immediately at Miami, Brevin Jordan, and B, he dominated throughout his entire career and got somewhat decent draft capital. Like, he wasn't undrafted. So, I believe he's 5th round pick, top of the 5th round. So, he's produced immediately. He scored 3+ receptions and a touchdown out of 3 of his 6 first games. Albert O, since him and Jerry Jeudy came back from injury in week 8, which is 6 games, Cortland Sutton has 10 receptions. This is off the top of my head. I'm not even going to look it up. You can double check it. 10 receptions, 90 yards, 20 targets. Albert O, since him and Jeudy have come back, has, I want to say 17 receptions, 200 yards, more targets than Sutton in the past 6 games since he's come back from injury. Hello, this guy is a 6'6", 449 running dude who's outproducing Cortland Sutton. And he's valued at tight end 24 on Keep Trade Cut. I'm going to read you the names ahead of them right now. Albero's 24, Jordan's 23. Ahead of them, Tyler Conklin, Logan Thomas, Evan Ingram, Tyler Higbee, Adam Troutman, Zach Ertz, Irv Smith. I would take Alberto and Jordan, I think, overall, including Irv Smith. And this is the theme of, like, people won't let go. If you ask them, what has Irv Smith done better than Brevin Jordan? What is on his prospect profile better than Brevin Jordan and Alberto? It's nothing. He wasn't as good a college producer, didn't break out early. He didn't break out at all. He doesn't even have a breakout age, Irv Smith. They're the same age, Alberto and Irv Smith. Brevin Jordan's 2 years younger. They've already done as much in their NFL careers as Irv Smith has done at any point. They're not hurt. Like, it's a fresh, like, and Irv Smith is valued up at tight end 16. Like, you look at the percentage points in the calculator, we have Alberto and Njoku at about 1,400 points in Keep Trade Cuts calculator. Irv Smith at 2,200. Like, people will give you Alberto in a third for your Irv Smith. I don't know why they would do it. They're not getting younger. They're not getting any better proven production. They're certainly not getting a better prospect. So I don't really know how to get Alberto and Brevin Jordan on your team, to be honest. Like, I haven't come up with ways because they're already on the majority of my teams, and I don't know what people are exactly willing to trade and if they're actually going to trade you any of these guys I listed straight up. But they're being valued as throw-ins. Like, I think these guys are going to be starting, like, assets. Like, better than probably, like, Cole Kmet. Nobody's throwing in Cole Kmet to a trade right now. So, I think you got to look to acquire these guys somehow on the low, on the cheap. It's going to go up. It's certainly going to go up. They don't have to do anything. Look at Irv Smith, where he's valued. He hasn't done anything, and he's gone up, like, over his career. The bar is very low, and they're clearing the bar significantly. So there are 2 major buys for me right now: Albert Obuekunam, I hope I said that right, and Brevin Jordan. And that'll be under the 15-minute mark. I only had to get, I think, 1 water break, 2 water breaks. I still can probably slow it down a little, though. I'm sorry. Apologies. I'm still learning at this, guys. It's only my 3rd episode. I tried to switch it up, give you a little bit of a different view through the lights. So, baby steps. I'm learning. Thank you. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed my Dynasty thoughts. To summarize, Leonard Fournette ahead of Zeke. He's outproduced him this year. Same age. As soon as he resigns in Tampa, which I think is going to happen, arguably better situation, 700 less career touches. Hello, you can get a plus on top selling Zeke for Fournette right now. Zeke for Fournette plus. Do it. Flip Zeke. Make that happen. Elijah Moore, if he's on a competing team, make sure you are checking in and seeing how badly they want to win this year. You need to find out, at least shoot an offer. Can't hurt to shoot your shot. Andrews, Kittle are both respectively sorry for the stutter, I'm trying to gather my thoughts, 4 and 6 years younger than Travis Kelce. and they outproduced him this year, hello, put him ahead in your dynasty rankings. Alberto, Brevin, Jordan being valued like throw-ins. Don't know why. Get them thrown in. They're going to be worth more than that in short time. Thank you. Have a good one. Hit that like and subscribe. I always point to the wrong side. Let's work on that habit. This, I think, there we go. Right there. That's probably where it is. Yeah, hit that one. Thank you, guys. Have a good one.